Assalamu alaikum and welcome, teachers of Sayyid Muhammad Academy in Kalafo and Godi. This is week 3 of our professional development program, Classroom Management and Assessment. Today we study units 5 and 6 of the integrated reading module. Please listen carefully, because the exam is only 8 days away, Monday, the 31st of August. And these 2 units carry many exam questions. Unit 5 teaches us how to build a calm, safe classroom without the stick. Unit 6 teaches us how to know whether our pupils really learned what we taught. Let us begin. First, let us look back at week 2. You had 3 tasks. First, the lesson plan task. You wrote and taught one full 7-part lesson plan. Ask yourself honestly, did your pupils meet the objective? And how did you know? What did the exit ticket show you? Second, think, pair, share, and the teaching aid. What happened when every pupil had to think and speak? And the aid you made with your pupils, what did the making itself teach them? Third, a quick retrieval quiz. Try it now, without notes. Can you say the 6 balloon levels in order? Can you name the 7 parts of a lesson plan? And what makes an objective SMART? If you cannot remember, revise units 3 and 4 this week. They are also on the exam. Here is today's agenda. There are 4 parts. Part 1, Unit 5, Classroom Management and Positive Discipline. We will cover prevention, routines and rules, why pupils misbehave, the 5-step ladder, managing large classes, and keeping every child safe. Part 2, a short activity called What Would You Do? Real classroom cases discussed in pairs. Part 3, Unit 6, Assessment and Evaluation. We will learn the difference between formative and summative assessment, how to give useful feedback, how to write fair tests, and how to mark, record, and use results. Part 4. Your tasks for this week: exit tickets, praise counting, and 2 stars and a wish. Unit 5. Classroom Management and Positive Discipline. Our motto is firm, fair, and never violent. Let us be honest. Managing a class of 60 pupils is hard, and the stick has been the traditional shortcut in many schools. This unit shows why the stick fails and what actually works. Listen to the words of a grade 1 teacher from Kalafo: I stopped fighting misbehavior and started preventing it. That one sentence is the heart of this whole unit. Here is the most important idea in Unit 5. Classroom management is 80% prevention. 80% of good management happens before any misbehavior appears. There are 4 preventers. Remember them. Number 1. An interesting lesson at the right level. Pupils misbehave most when they are bored, confused, or idle. Number 2. Smooth routines. Entry, materials, the silence signal, dismissal. All automatic and well practiced. Number 3. Clear expectations. A few positive rules that the class help to make. Number 4. A relationship with every pupil. Pupils behave for teachers who know their names and care about them. Remember this sentence: a busy, successful pupil has no time to misbehave. The best discipline plan is a good lesson plan. Now, routines and rules. The invisible machinery of a good classroom. Routines are fixed ways of doing regular activities. Entering the class, taking out materials, the silence signal, moving into pairs, and dismissal. Teach each routine like a lesson. Explain it, demonstrate it, practice it, and praise it. Why does this matter so much? Because losing just 5 minutes per lesson to disorder adds up to more than 2 weeks of learning lost every year. Rules are different from routines. Good rules are few, only 3 to 5. Positive, clear, agreed with the pupils, and enforced consistently. Say what to do, not what not to do. For example, we listen when someone is speaking. We keep hands and words kind. Display the rules on the wall, with pictures for young classes, and apply them to everyone, every day. And here is an exam sentence: a small, certain consequence teaches more than a harsh, occasional one. Consistency beats severity. Section 5.4. Behavior is communication. Before you ask, how do I punish this child? Ask a better question. What is this child's behavior telling me? There are 6 common causes of misbehavior. 1. The work is too hard. The pupil feels frustration, gives up, and acts out. The answer is to adjust the level and scaffold the work. 2. The work is too easy. Boredom leads to mischief. Add challenge for fast finishers. 3. The pupil is seeking attention or status. So give attention for good behavior and give the pupil responsibilities. 4. Trouble at home, hunger, illness, grief, or conflict. Talk with the child privately and involve the school leadership. 5. The pupil cannot see or hear. This one surprises many teachers. A pupil we call lazy or naughty may simply not see the board. Seat them at the front before calling them lazy. 6. Unclear expectations. Maybe the rule or routine was never truly learned. Teach it again. Now the 5-step ladder. This is exam material. Learn the 5 steps in order. The rule of the ladder is, always choose the least disruptive step that works. Step 1. Nonverbal. Eye contact, a pause or proximity. Simply moving near the pupil. This handles most low-level disruption without stopping the lesson. Step 2. Redirect. Ask the pupil a question about the work, or calmly name the rule. Praise the nearby pupils who are doing the right thing. Step 3. A quiet individual warning. Go to the pupil's desk. Stay calm and brief. State the rule and the consequence if the behavior continues. Never argue publicly and never shout. Step 4. A logical consequence. It must be related, respectful, and proportionate. For example, a moved seat, repairing damage, finishing work at break, or a private conversation. Step 5. Involve others. For repeated or serious problems, bring in leadership and parents as partners, with a written record. On most days, you will never pass step 2. And always, afterwards, welcome the pupil back warmly. We reject the behavior, never the child. Why does Sayyid Muhammad Academy not use the stick? Let us look at what violence actually produces. It produces fear, and a frightened brain cannot learn. We saw this in Unit 1. It produces hatred of school, which leads to absence and dropout. It produces children who learn that problems are solved by force, and it is forbidden by Ethiopian education policy, by child rights, and by SMA itself. What works instead? Prevention. Engaging lessons, routines, and relationships. The 5-step ladder, used calmly and consistently. And the habit called catch them being good. Give at least 3 praises for every 1 correction. Some teachers say, I was beaten as a pupil and I turned out fine. The honest answer is, you learned despite the stick, not because of it. And many of your classmates left school forever. Remember, positive discipline is not soft. It is firm and consistent. Without violence, the teacher's calm is contagious, and so is the teacher's anger. What about large classes, 50 to 80 pupils? Here are 5 tools. 1. A silent signal that works in 3 seconds. Practiced until it is automatic. 2. Smart seating. Keep aisles clear. Put poor-sighted pupils in front, and separate distractors. 3. Whole class response. Sights up. Choral answers, thumbs votes, so every pupil answers, not just one. 4. Pair work as the default, roles for group work, and monitors for materials. 5. Learn names fast. A named pupil is a behaving pupil, and every classroom must be safe in 3 ways. Physical safety, ventilation and drinking water in our heat, a clean room, care at breaks and PE. Emotional safety, 0 tolerance for bullying and mockery. Watch the quiet corners and the walk home, and teach kindness explicitly. And child protection. If you see signs of abuse or neglect, report them to the head teacher. Never ignore them. Never investigate alone. That child protection rule is a true or false exam item. Report. Do not investigate alone. Now pause the video and try this activity. 4 real cases. For each one, ask, what is the likely cause? Which step of the ladder fits? And what would you say? The exact words. Case 1. 2 grade 5 boys whisper and giggle while you explain at the board. Case 2. A grade 8 girl who is usually excellent suddenly refuses to work and puts her head on the desk. Case 3. A grade 2 pupil keeps leaving his seat and wandering, and he cannot copy from the board correctly either. Case 4. During group work, one group argues loudly, and a pupil calls another stupid. Here are some hints. Case 2 may be trouble at home. A private conversation is the right step. Case 3 may be a vision problem. Move him to a front seat. Case 4 is a kindness rule moment, not just noise. The exam's case study section poses questions exactly like these. Now we move to Unit 6, Assessment and Evaluation. This unit answers the most important question in teaching. Did they learn it? Listen to this picture. Without assessment, teaching is like throwing seeds over a wall. We hope something grows, but we never look and notice something about your own learning right now. Your module exam next week is summative assessment of your month of learning, and the self-check questions you have been doing all along. Those were formative. You are experiencing both kinds yourself. There are 3 kinds of assessment. Learn all 3. First, diagnostic assessment. It happens before teaching. Its purpose is to find out what pupils already know, so you start from the right place. Example: A quick quiz before beginning fractions. Second, formative assessment. It happens during learning. You check, you give feedback, and, most importantly, you adjust your teaching. This is called assessment for learning, and it improves learning the most. Examples: exit tickets, slates up, and circulating around the room. Third, summative assessment. It happens after learning. It measures and reports achievement for marks and promotion. This is assessment of learning. Examples: the term test and the module exam. Now the crucial sentence. Formative assessment without adjustment is merely observation. If exit tickets show that half the class is lost, the next lesson reteaches differently. It does not simply move on. Section 6.3. Feedback that feeds forward. Good feedback has 4 qualities. It is specific, about the work, not about the child. It is timely, given soon, while it still matters. It is balanced. It says what is right and what to improve. And it is actionable. The pupil knows the next step. Compare these 2 examples. Useless feedback, 6 out of 10. Try harder. A mark tells pupils where they are, but not how to move forward. Useful feedback. Your story has a strong beginning. Now add what the characters said. Write 2 lines of dialogue. That gives a strength, a next step, and a chance to act. Here is a simple habit you can start this week. 2 stars and a wish. 2 things done well, and 1 specific improvement. It works from kindergarten drawings all the way to grade 8 essays. Improving a bare mark comment is a short answer question on your exam. Section 6.4. Writing tests that are fair. A good test has 3 qualities. Learn these definitions. Valid. The test measures what was actually taught. The objectives, not tricks. A test on Chapter 5, given after teaching only Chapter 4, is invalid however well it is written. Reliable. The test gives the same result whoever marks it. Use a marking scheme. A vague essay question marked by mood is unreliable. Fair. Clear language, enough time, no surprises, and accessible to all pupils. Now, rules for the main question types. Multiple choice. A clear stem. Only 1 correct answer. Plausible distractors built from real pupil errors, and options of similar length. True or false. 1 fact per statement. Avoid the words always and never, and balance the answers. Matching. Use similar lists, with extra options, so elimination cannot give the answer. Essay questions. State the task precisely. For example, give 3 reasons, with 1 example each, and write the marking scheme before you mark. For kindergarten and lower primary, keep assessment mostly practical and oral, short, individual, and free of fear. Finally, learn this exam term. The table of specifications. It is a plan that maps your test questions to the topics taught, the objectives, and the Bloom levels. It prevents the classic fault of testing only what is easy to ask. Section 6.5 and 6.6. Results are a mirror, and honesty is absolute. First, use the results. Keep a dated mark book. Quizzes, homework, projects, and tests. A sudden drop in a pupil's marks means a conversation, not just a low mark. If most of the class failed question 4, first ask yourself, how was this topic taught, and how will I reteach it? Analyze the test item by item, reteach the weakest topics, and adjust next term's scheme. Report to parents with the child's next step, never as a verdict on the child's worth. Here is a true story from Godi, from the module. A grade 8 teacher found that 70% of his class failed percentages. He analyzed their errors and found they confused of without of. He retaught the topic using market examples, gave the quiz again, and 80% passed. Results are information about our teaching. Second, assessment ethics. No leaking questions. No favoritism in marking. No altering results. Prevent cheating actively. Spacing, paper versions, and vigilance. Every dishonest mark lies to the child, the family, and the school. And teach your pupils too. Cheating steals their OWN learning. Time for quick retrieval practice. Cover the right column and test yourself. Positive discipline. Firm, consistent, respectful management, without violence. Proximity. Moving near a pupil to settle behavior, without words. Logical consequence. Related, proportionate, and respectful. Link to the misbehavior. Child protection. Notice and report signs of harm. Never investigate alone. Formative assessment. Assessment for learning. Check. Give feedback. Adjust. Validity and reliability. Validity means the test measures what was taught. Reliability means the same marks, whoever marks it. Table of specifications. A test plan mapping questions to topics, objectives, and Bloom levels. And 2 stars and a wish. 2 specific strengths, plus 1 specific improvement. Play this game in both directions, quickly. The matching section of your exam looks exactly like this table. 1 week to the exam. The glossary at the back of the module lists every term from all 8 units. Before next Sunday, here is your Week 3 plan. Spend days 1 to 3 on Unit 5, days 4 to 6 on Unit 6, and day 7 on review with your study group. Task 1. Read both units carefully. Task 2. Answer all the self-check questions for Units 5 and 6, in writing. Task 3. Apply. Teach one routine your class is missing. Entry, the silent signal, or materials. Exactly like a lesson. Explain, demonstrate, practice, praise. And for 1 full day, count your praises versus your corrections. Aim for 3 to 1. Task 4. Apply. Use an exit ticket in 3 lessons. Sort the tickets into 3 piles. Got it, nearly, and not yet, and start the next lesson from the not yet group. Also try 2 stars and a wish on 1 set of written work. Task 5. Meet your study group on day 7, and begin general revision, the self-checks from Units 1 to 6, and the glossary. Remember this above all. Prevent. Don't punish. Check. Don't hope. A good lesson plan is the best discipline plan, and routines save weeks of learning. Use the 5-step ladder calmly, the least disruptive step that works, and never the stick. Praise 3 times more than you correct, and reject the behavior, never the child. Assess for learning in every lesson, and let the results change your teaching. Next Sunday, the 30th of August, is our final session, Units 7 and 8, plus exam preparation. The exam is the following morning, Monday the 31st. This week, finish the self-checks for Units 5 and 6, and begin whole module revision. Thank you for your hard work for the children of Kalafo and Godi. Mahad Sanid. And see you next Sunday.